we are going to have Ziggs, Fizz, Jinx, who's, I think, been in most of our Hexakill games, Riven, Darius making his first appearance that I'm incredibly excited about, and Maokai.
And over on the red side, it's Lux, Lulu, Master Yi, Vel'Koz, Yasuo, and Hecarim.
Yes. This is brilliant. Hecarim, can we check the skin? It's the rainbow pony, and
That's
I'm
perfect
okay
as
with
well.
that.
I'm very okay with this.
Vel'Koz is just so cool. Oh man, what a cool champion.
And here we go. Flash already burnt actually by Ziggs. You got quite low there in that level 1 exchange. Remember, no vision at all on this map. No wards, no trinkets, just basically whatever you can see and the few items you can get that give you vision. So saplings are actually proving quite useful to scout out some of these brushes.
Yeah, makeshift wards actually very useful on this map. Oh, my goodness.
You do love yourself some Vel'Koz.
I certainly do. Geometry battles are my personal favorites.
And I love the two Rioters on this team. We've got Riot Fizz and Chips.
Oh, yeah.
Our lovely, one of our lovely British writers works over in the LA office. And that's Riot Earp, who was our artist. If you guys saw the art demo today, fantastic work making, was it Yodelville?
Yodelville.
Yodelville. It's basically Hobbiton meets a Yordle village. It was beautiful.
And I know that you got very excited when Heimerdinger's house was being built.
Oh,
of course,
yes.
your personal favorite champion.
But he's, Earp, also known as Justin, has adopted the Australian name we have given him, Riot Juzza. Is his name, which is fantastic. So good to see everyone's been having fun here in Auckland. Armageddon has just been a fantastic event, but we're going to have some tri-lanes to kick things off here. 3v2 in the top lane right now with Maokai rotating up and 3v3 in the bottom. This is kind of what we expected in this game mode. Just to have, 6 champions, 2 lanes. Okay, split them up, 3 and 3.
Oh, Infinite Sushi as well is playing Fizz, so that's definitely good.
That is fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. There are some great names on this team as well. Dragon's Mind throwing out the geometry, hitting multiple targets. That's exactly what you want to see, making sure he's doing the mathematics in order to land those skill shots effectively.
Yep, getting out those graphs and the protractors, making sure they go
right,
in the right
Meltix
spot.
would be proud.
He would indeed. And we've got the first bit of action that occurs in tree line. Ultras are up in 20 seconds. They're the big point of fighting. It's first little objective you want to take. Great light binding, though. Biz and Chips could be in trouble. Great geometry once again from that Vel'Koz, chucking out those skills and just poking back and forth. You're going to see lots and lots of roaming. And Yasuo has got to be careful. He's getting some farm. I say he's got 1 CS right now. Kind of getting bullied out of that lane. But they're going to fight for these ultras. He's still level 1.
It's not about CS, though, is it? And it's actually Face the Joker going straight into the enemy team. Maybe made a little bit of a misplay there, but did get back to the team. But it's going to be Lulu Pix actually picking up the last bit of that kill. Lego Beach finds himself in a really interesting position. We'll see whether he can get back to his team. Does try and turn it around. Look at that, dodging the geometry as well. The snare there as well. He survives. Fizz manages to actually get a kill back as well. Jinx secures that one. The flash forward stabs him in the back, does Yasuo, securing that kill.
And that was so clever by Ziggs. He actually stopped thinking Vel'Koz would lead him with a skill shot, and he missed completely. He lived after flashing at level 1. That was incredible play from Ziggs. Also a kill for Fizz. We're on, guys. 4 kills out of 200.
Oh, that is brilliant. We are only just at the beginning. These guys really need to step it up, though. There's only so long to go. They need to start killing each other even more. Maybe find some tactics in order to get themselves killed, so if we can.
Both ultras locked as well on both sides here, so good start there. No one got the enemy ulti, which is nice. Just both sides of the map being controlled.
And if we keep it a little bit even here as well, just have as many skirmishes as we can, keep these teams wanting to fight, but fairly even footing. That is how we're going to get our 200 kill score, and that's going to be super fun.
We'll see what we can get. 100 will be nice, but I think 200 will be even sweeter. So let's see what happens. A good start so far. Kill a minute's not a bad clip.
And we finally got a smite. Maokai. It's actually picked up a smite.
Our dreams have actually come true. And that will come in handy. He's actually jungling quite nicely. Level 3,
Thank you very much, Observer. You can, in fact, just stay there. Stay on that guy.
And that would explain why there was only 2 people in one of the lanes on the blue side. Using that jungle, deciding to split up into a tri and a dual lane as we got so much action now. Yasuo diving in, gets clipped, though, by Darius. And there's a good slow coming out from the Vel'Koz Q. W moves out as well for a bit of extra damage. Can't quite land the knock-up, so another kill there. Darius picks up that one onto Yasuo. And Yasuo is great, really good on these big AoE comps, but he needs to find a way to farm and get levels. He's going to have a bit of trouble here with so many fights going on.
Yeah, that really is right, but we've seen a lot of the synergy that can come out, and now there's an extra champion on the map in order to help him really get into these fights. Another thing I want to mention is the fact that Lux has a little bit of extra power as well, with the fact that the shield can actually be given to one extra member as well. So theoretically getting a little bit more out of the champion than otherwise would.
That's a great point, actually. We've talked about AoE abilities being so good on this map. Lux is one of the few champions in the game with an AoE shield that refreshes when it comes back. So really nice ability. Lux kind of fulfilling a good AoE mage plus utility and support role. Great pick here on Twisted Treeline, especially in 6v6.
Yeah, that is really, really true. In fact, everything's better in a 6v6. The horse getting slowed, not a position that he likes to be in, likes to be super fast all the time.
I kind of love the Hecarim synergy, though. Lulu's really good with Hecarim, and of course, Yasuo wants the knockups there as well. So there's some good wombo combo potential coming out. We've seen this a lot in Hexakill, just 5 people grouping in the bottom lane trying to chuck down a turret.
And I really like the pickup of Maokai here as well, just because the Twisted Treeline is this certain colorway, and honestly, Maokai just looks like part of the map.
He does. In fact, you know, that's pretty sneaky. He's just juggling out, doing those camps.
See that? There he is.
We found him.
Whoa, Maokai.
These observers are good.
Yeah.
Knew exactly where he was.
Yep, there he is. Hasn't been moving around that much, but Juzza didn't see him.
And it looks like Master Yi is actually taking the empty lane farm again, kind of degenerated into a 1v1 top and a 5v5 in the bottom here. See this quite a bit with it. When you move to a lane to push, especially in Hexakill, you've got an extra champion. You have to respond so quickly to make sure your turret doesn't take too much damage. You only have 2 turrets.
Yeah. Well, 3.
Well, 2 on each side plus the next one, so 5 total, but like you have 2 turrets to your inhibitor, and then things go very wrong from that point onward.
They certainly do, and if you manage to leave a team unchecked for too long, then you can just find yourself losing the game whilst you're just hanging out in a lane that may have not necessarily been the right one.
So again, just a lot of movement back and forth, and they're really jockeying for farm here. Again, it's hard to farm. Well, you do get bonus gold, thankfully, but you know, there's not a lot of creeping going on, not a lot of CSing, just because not a lot going on except for the jungle, because you're always rotating between these lanes.
That's true. For the last 4 minutes, we've only had 1 kill. This is definitely weird for Hexakill, and Fizz and Chips now getting a little bit far ahead. Gurks wants to really make a move. A lot of these teams actually having a lot of late game carry champions. Ones that really want to hit these ultimates, make sure that they have the items that they need behind them.
Yeah, so we could see some insane mid to late game team fights depending on how deep we do go in this game. You, by the way, never mind. Actually, Halo's in trouble. They're going to take a lot of damage there. Maokai could be going down. Ignited does pop the heal, though, and someone else will save him. Now Gurk's locked up there, and Yasuo Riven with a great knockup going to clean out that kill.
Yeah, and the zap coming through as well. Our red side trying their best to get out of this one, but that is going to be clean for our blue team, picking up 1 kill. But that's only 1, guys. You can kill way more people than that.
You can. Guys, we've got 6 kills in 8 minutes. The pace is slowing.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But hey, maybe we're just getting ready for some epic late game team fights. We have double aces everywhere.
We certainly are. I know these guys have it in them. I believe.
Oh, I believe
definitely.
Too.
Only 1,000 gold is the lead. Of course, no real advantages being pressed at this stage. Of course, our blue side does hold both of the altars though, so that's going to be really helping out their creeps and of course their global gold. Fizz and Chips able just to back right there. It's a little bit sneaky, but I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, again, you have so little vision on this map that you can pretty much back in a lot of tricky places. I do like the fact you mentioned the altars were taken there. That was the last little objective we got with those first few kills going down about 30 seconds ago. Oh, that was cute.
Oh, I did not know you could do that.
Yep, Maokai Sapling is a projectile, so you can stop it with Windwall.
There's a few of them that actually go over it, aren't there?
I'm not sure, actually.
But Syndra's W actually throws over things. Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Actually, I've never seen that one. I don't know. Oh, Sushi could be in trouble. Does play for Trickster out.
I really like Vel'Koz on this map as well, just because you have so many abilities that can hit multiple targets. The zap coming through actually landing onto Kokoro there on this Lux.
Yep.
Hextech Minefield coming down as well. I like Ziggs as well a lot, based on the fact that there's so much corridor fighting in this map, because everywhere is just a little bit thin, lots of people funneling through places. The final spark also fantastic for that reason, and the disintegration ray, when that does come through, is going to be insane. Another ulti being taken, this time for our red side, the first one that they've locked down. And Gurks finds himself in an awkward spot, instantly destroyed. Flame Trump is going to come through a little bit late. Our red side just saying, yeah, but look, we got the altar. It's fine.
And actually, it's a good thing a point you made about the Ziggs did pick up the altar. Never mind, we're going to have Maokai jumping out onto that Lulu, forcing the flash out as well. There's the ult, but a great counter ult. And Lulu's okay. No, damage comes through. Needs one more missile. Doesn't get it. And Vel'Koz picks up Riven there as well. Now there's Master Yi taking out Ziggs, excuse me. Now Maokai's going to get jumped on as well. The pony will chase him down. Does have his ultimate level. Don't think he has it available.
Again, Fizz and Chips. Oh, you sneaky devil.
He is British, so he's quite crafty.
Oh, so crafty. I like it, though. I like it a lot. Has made it back to base, of course. And we did just see the Lux and Vel'Koz combination potential. That disintegration ray, so much fun to watch, and also does a bit of damage.
And that's one of those things that we didn't quite point out in our other Hexkill games that I want to highlight now. You kind of get this interesting ARAM effect with everyone roaming so quickly between the lanes and trying to jockey for early position in about the first 10 minutes of the game. The first key ultimates come up kind of around the same time, a little later than you would expect normally, and the first person to get a major ultimate usually turns a fight.
Yeah, that is a lot of the time what happens. I mean, I've played about 3 or 4 ARAMs in my time, so I know all about them. And that does tend to happen when I do play Dragon's Mind on this Vel'Koz. I'm interested to see how well he does go. 1-0 and 3 now, and it has a Morellonomicon as well, so wants some early statistics. I like it.
And Fizz and Chips on this Darius think needs to recalibrate his E. That apprehend, he's tried it a couple of times.
He's
and
a bit
hit nothing but
apprehensive.
air. There's Onslaught of Shadow going to pop in onto Lego Beach, but no follow-up there, unfortunately. And there's Maokai diving towards the back. Wants this Lulu, apparently. Now there's Riven. Going to come through, catch it, a knock-up. Good double knock-up. Windslash as well. Hits the 3 or 4 people. There's 1 kill as Yasuo goes down. Now Fizz going to go down as well. Darius trying to get the reset, but he's going down. And it's just carnage here. 4 for 2 right now. It's 6 kills total. Jinx gets the kill there out onto Yi. And Vel'Koz with the last one onto Maokai. Never mind Lulu onto Darius.
Oh
so
my
close.
gosh. Dragon's Mind doing so much work
Oh,
on
goodbye.
this Vel'Koz. The disintegration ray, as I was saying, so much work being done by this Vel'Koz. Apparently, this is the best champion in the game.
You need to calm down on the Vel'Koz train, but
Well,
you
I
are
do
a fan
like it.
here. You absolutely do. 3-0-5 now for this champion. Hello,
Okay,
friend.
I'm a fan of that guy as well. Yeah.
Oh, Spider Bro. We love you.
Yeah.
I'm actually just checking. Morellonomicon's the
heck?
first
Okay.
item
Yeah, that's Lulu.
that Vel'Koz has picked up. I'm just checking to see if there's any particular interactions there. It's pretty good against Maokai, actually, and decent against Riven. And Jinx as well, if she decides to go last time. She does have a Vampiric Scepter, so not too bad. No major healing champions here, but very cost-efficient item for Vel'Koz on this map.
Yeah, true. Now, Yasuo hasn't been having the greatest game so far, but he does have his static shift now. So regardless of that, of course, you can feed throughout the early game, but still be fantastic in that late game. Of course, you can get 100% critical strike by basically just 2 items here.
Yeah, and as we've said, these games tend to go pretty late.
Oh my goodness, the face check. Jazza did not want to be there. There's a satchel charge to get him out of this one. The Vengeful Maelstrom is coming in. The last breath is there as well. Yasuo finally managing to make something happen, taking down the tree now as well. Fizz and Chips now in trouble. There's the meditate just for the reset. That was fantastically well played.
Huge team fight there as well. 3 kills for nothing there, and the red team does strike back. They're actually ahead by a couple thousand gold now. Seems to be padding that small lead they've got pretty well. But again, this game, when you get to about 25, 30 minutes, everyone just kind of gets to 4 items naturally based on how many kills and assists people are getting, and just the increased gold generation rate. Oh, Jinx. Kill there on Deluxe. Actually, Vel'Koz's going to take out Riven.
Oh, gosh.
And Russell on that Jinx actually might be able to kill Rito Juzza here. Good win wall, though. Just going to make sure no slow happens.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Make sure that there's definitely no chance. As we do see the satchel charge coming through, Bouncing Bomb might actually be able to claim a few lives here. We do see members of the blue side managing to come back. There's the disintegration ray. This Vel'Koz, very brave, maybe a little bit too much so, as he does get shut down by Jinx.
Yeah, got shot right in the eyeball there by Jinx.
Yeah, he only has one of those too. He's got to be careful.
Lulu now in trouble. Fizz will get that kill. That's a shutdown as well. So a nice little bit of gold going out onto that Fizz. He's looking for that Wooglet's Witch Cap. He kicked things off. No surprise there.
Oh, that final spark. Look at how good it is to have these abilities that it may be a little bit small, but when people are standing on an altar, they clump.
Yeah, again, this map has so many choke points, so you can actually line up a pretty nice multi-man Lux ult, like we just saw there. No kills, unfortunately, for Kokoro, but things will be okay for now. 2 altars now up for the blue side, so everything's getting a little bit of off, including the minions.
Yeah, that is true, and we were talking about the fact that our red side was starting to take a lead. That is no longer the case, of course. Almost negligible gold.
Not too surprising.
Oh,
that's right, violence!
Shadows. Oh, gosh.
Marty helping out Vilemore, waiting patiently for some friends.
Yep, and our observer actually correctly noting that that was mostly Vilemore.
Fizz there does kill Yasuo, actually. That's not a good matchup traditionally.
Certainly is not, in fact. Fizz getting picked into that guy is a reason why it's very dangerous to pick him early on in the draft phase.
But no draft here, just shenanigans aplenty. And the kills are picking up now. We need a few more. But
that was beautifully geometrized.
After about 2 kills in, Dragon's Mind actually has been playing fantastically on this Vel'Koz. Just hitting so many tricky Qs.
Oh, the face check going to come through here. There's the Riven doing so much damage. Mega Inferno Bomb coming down on a lot of these members as well. That's a fantastic Mooglets. Seri trying to get out of here. The Wild Growth coming down. The trees in here as well. Now trying to help out his team. The Twisted Advance. Look at the Disintegration Ray getting so much work done. And Kokoro trying to do the disengage work.
Massive AoE damage there as well. All layering in. That Jinx shot came in. Darius actually finally got his apprehend off. Managed to get some damage done with the Ziggs bomb. Kind of helping out to start it off. Fizz going very deep. Vel'Koz picks up Darius off towards the side.
Would you say that Darius was being a bit apprehensive with his E?
I would, yes, and he's dead now. As Vel'Koz' next kill. Fizz will get that one with his passive W.
Seastone Trident?
It is Seastone Trident.
You taught me that today.
I did.
That's a fantastic
today you learned
ability
Seastone Trident.
I did. I did. And the fact that we're not very good at looking up whether Twin Shadows
I don't want to talk about the Twin Shadows right now.
Sorry about it, yes, sir.
Well, Alta does get killed by the red team, so they'll balance that out. One apiece now for either of these teams. Good satchel charge, actually. Mini stuns Hecarim into the wall and bounces Zed out of the way. Fizz needs to be a bit careful, but he's pretty slippery.
Now, blue side actually now quite spread around this map. See whether our red side can capitalize on this one, but it does not look like it. Musty and Vel'Koz in the top lane. Only 4 members towards this bottom side, as everyone on our blue team is now congregating.
Oh, nice playful trickster.
Brilliant.
Didn't go in there. Just actually cues back to a minion. Now they're going to try and get damage on this tower. With the way this game's going, actually, it's kind of slower than some of the Hexakill games we've seen on Twisted Tree Line. I actually really like the red team's team comp because they've got so much scaling. The Lulu's great in combination with both the Musty and that Yasuo, who do massive damage as melee carriers. So if they can get going, and this game is kind of progressing to a point where they can farm reasonably comfortably. Yi especially is taking it upon himself to farm as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, that is really, really true. The other thing that I've never thought of is the incredible amount of synergy between Yasuo and Vel'Koz.
Yeah, he's got a mini knock up there as well, so he can help out there.
Not to mention the follow-up with the Disintegration Ray while they're being held in place by that ultimate. But as we do see, it is in fact the last breath, the final spark coming through as well. So much AoE. There's the Chum the Waters, though. Fizz getting an answer back. Gurks is so low. The Wind Slash going to finish him off. That is just the tip of that one. And Kokoro now underneath the turret. The Zap going to land on him. Our blue side somehow coming out on top after a brilliant initiation by a red team.
Yeah, 4 for 2 the trade there. Blue really coming up nice in that team fight. Just not quite enough damage. Couldn't layer the AoE that they did have or get either of their melee carries into a prime position to really do damage, and just got destroyed by Riz and Fiven. Fizz and Riven. Fizz and Riven.
Flibbity Gibbets definitely took them down pace through time. That was a fantastic explanation.
I have to say, the last one from Yasuo, interesting. Not usually what we see. Infinity is very popular on that particular AD champion, but
yeah, it has a lot to do with the fact that he gets so much armor penetration from that last breath when he does use it. But of course, when you haven't used your ultimate, it is still very useful to have that armor penetration irrespective. Some geometry going to smack Russell in the butt. And Juzza going to get caught by those chompers as well. Windwall going to stop any follow-up from coming through, and our blue team now posturing around their own side of this map. And as you can see, the poke coming through from this Vel'Koz, very, very important, making sure these blue team members are getting low.
Yep, so we see actually Hecarim going to dive it onto Riven. She'll Q out of the way, popping one of those broken wings. And looks like the altar is the next point of contention. The red team wants to fight for the blue side's altar. And Lux is pretty good. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yi went very deep, but Fizz and Chips cleans him out with the ultimate.
He's going to have another one there. He does get his second one off. Not going to be able to reset off that one. Just wanted to make sure that it doesn't go on cooldown for no reason.
Yeah, just sends a message to his fellow rider as well. Good ultimate.
Oh my gosh.
Maokai ultimate was up there as well. That was actually quite fortunate. That might have been a kill otherwise. A little bit of extra damage being prevented by Maokai. And now it looks like Fizz going to get jumped on here. Infinite Sushi.
Infinite Sushi.
It's so good. The ID synergy in this game is
fantastic. Is he going to have enough? He does! That was so beautifully calculated. The ultimate, just the very end, securing that kill onto the tree.
They're going to push in here. And this is the issue with the red team. They've got decent wave kill with the Yasuo and Vel'Koz as well. And actually also Lux is not too bad. They're playing pretty aggressive, actually able to get the edge in the last team fight. As Fizz going to go in, good ultimate, great Ziggs bomb as well. But that's not enough damage, and you can see just how hard it is.
Oh, Super Mega Deathrocker doing a lot of work. Not quite going to be able to kill this Lux.
Lego Beach. Oh, he does go down. Nice ult there by Kokoro.
How did he manage to use that ability again? I thought its name was Final Spark.
The issue, though, of course, with the red team is that without an AD carry, unless they win a really decisive team fight or skirmish, it's very difficult for them to actually push down towers. Once they get on top of the tower, it's dead. They've got so much AD damage, but getting to that point is actually quite difficult.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this game is so even as well. And this is what we saw in the first Hexakill matchup that we were in. The fact that having an AD carry pretty useful for being able to siege down these objectives. That being said, so far, no towers have gone down. So we'll see whether one team can get together.
Yeah, you mentioned Jinx is very popular. I've seen around a lot of games. Fizz as well, also a very popular champion on this particular map and in this game mode. So no surprise to see them. I think most of the games we've actually seen today on this map as well. So we'll see what happens here again. It's kind of degenerate. Oh, goodness gracious me. What a hero.
Oh,
Malco trying to solo the spider.
The tree versus the spider. Spider doing a lot of damage here. Of course, he has a few abilities that just honestly wreck you. So we'll see whether the tree can solo it. Of course, Riven trying to come to the rescue. Celine Dion may be necessary because it's taking a little while to get here.
Does come in though, and the smite should help Malco secure this fairly safely. I mean, the red team should know, and they're actually going to fight a 6v4 potentially, but Viamod does go down. The blue team secure that one at 21 minutes. There's a great double light binding. Big damage onto that Jinx, but not enough to kill her.
Yeah, he's going to try and back now, though. This might give our red side an opportunity to push, but Riven is heading back down. Maokai does have to go back and heal up.
And again, the poke here. Vel'Koz, Lulu, Lux. A really nice poke team here. Lulu, yeah, everyone building AP here, just kind of checking through the items. Pretty much Wooglets across the board for all the AP champions. And this turret's probably going to go down again. The red team do have a problem with actually being able to seed, but if they can poke them off the turret and get their melee carries on top of it, they'll be able to take the turret out, but still can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Of course, we've got so much wave clear on both sides. It's going to make it really hard. Onslaught of Shadows coming through. They think that they found Face the Joker, and they're going to kill him. That was really nicely played from these guys. Mega Inferno Bomb does come through. Lulu gets eliminated straight away. Disintegration Ray across everyone. Final Spark coming through as well. So much AoE damage in these corridors, which is so handy for these guys. Halo is going to be able to... No, he doesn't manage to finish off the kill, but it's going to be Ziggs that gets it before he goes down. That's some geometry. That's what we're talking about. And Russell now the only one alive.
Nice Q there. 7 kills total, 5-2 in favor of the red team. And maybe finally they can get some turrets down. But that AoE, you said it, man, really, really good in these narrow choke points. Lifeform Disintegration Ray plus the Final Spark comboing in and just melting the enemy team. And Yi really kicked things off. He has 3 damage. He's been farming up an absolute storm on this map. The Windwall being used offensively as well to take out the turret. And there we go. First turret of the game down. Vel'Koz tries to make a big play. Final Spark, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Will clean him out.
That was beautiful. The aim on these Final Sparks has been fantastic from this Lux. Just excellently executed, and of course, flashing over the zap in order to try and get that knock-up was a valiant effort here by Dragon's Mind, and I like the aggressive playstyle.
You can see people kind of building up still, but inventory is pretty full at the 23-minute mark. We're ticking towards there anyway. Again, kind of what I said is that gold just comes naturally. You fight a lot, you get a lot of kills and assists. Your gold increase anyway on this map. There's Fizz and Chips. Got him! Kills the Vel'Koz. Nice upper hand there by Fizz and Chips. Oh, that fish, though.
Speaking of Fizz, look at that, doing so much damage. And this Maokai happy to tank up this turret. Our red team really wants to answer for this one, though. Look at the damage from this Marcier. There's a Final Spark coming through as well. The tree is not as strong as he thinks he is. Look at this Jedi, more than happy to chase everyone down.
And this Lux, that light binding almost saved Yasuo from that Fizz. He could not Q towards Yasuo despite because he was light bound, and almost scored a double light binding under that turret as well after Marcier gotten out of Alpha Strike. So really, really tight play here from this Lux, but not quite enough. And now the red team a little on the back foot despite having the gold lead.
Yeah, really interesting, and it's strange seeing the fact that they had such an early advantage at the same time. Our blue side really being able to turn this one around and then come back in again. It's sort of just so topsy-turvy.
This really is the anything can happen game mode, I feel like.
I don't even know where my brain has gone just because of how this one's working. The Highlander has been popped yet again, though.
Man.
And 2-shot is this Ziggs. This Mastier is starting to become a gigantic problem.
And this was the issue. I said the game was not quite going at a fast enough pace to outscale the Yi and Yasuo. This Mastier has been farming so hard on this map, doing massive, massive amounts of damage to pretty much anyone he meets here. And there's not really that many tanks on the blue side. They've got Maokai as their dedicated tank. Although, to be fair, there's basically no tanks at all over on the red side. There's the Ray from Vel'Koz, but Face the Joker will get a Final Spark, almost gets the kill.
So many lasers in this particular team comp.
There are a lot of shining lights, that's for sure. Hecarim contributing also.
Yeah, there are rainbows and lasers and all sorts of stuff. We do have the first turret going down, second turret actually, of course, because that inner turret in the bottom lane did fall on behalf of our red team. Nice zap going to stop these guys from coming through. The Chompers are there as well. Oh, apprehend not quite landing.
Oh,
as we
here
do have
comes
the Vengeful
Master Yi.
Maelstrom. Look at the damage coming through. There's the ultimate. Other resets going to come through. We do have Vel'Koz falling down as well, so none of that AoE. Super Mega Death Rocket coming down as well.
Oh,
this
that
is
alpha
looking
strike.
like a whitewash for our blue side. They are just picking up kill after kill. Kokoro wonders where the heck everyone went, and look at what happens when Jinx gets excited.
An ace completed, and that was kind of the battle of the reset carries that Jinx managed to survive Yi's onslaught right on top of her face and couldn't get enough resets or damage done, got locked up and burst down in that team fight. So Red side couldn't quite position Master Yi properly, and Jinx, as you said, just went absolutely nuts.
Yes, certainly did. Russell just massive in these fights, and as she gets more and more items, it's just going to be more difficult. Inhibitor turret going to fall down here as well, because of course Jinx known for just being able to destroy these structures, especially when you can use that Gatling gun.
It's part of the reason Jinx is so popular on this map. In normal 3v3 Twisted Tree Line, protecting your carry is very, very difficult with only 2 other champions. In 6v6, they've got plenty of protection, and 80 carries really can just come up huge. Now, Lego Beach gets absolutely crit right off the face of the map by that Master Yi. Vel'Koz gets the next kill there onto Riven. And again, this game's still very close.
Yeah, this is an angry Squiddy. Tell you
It's
that
kind of the
much.
battle of like 2 fed carries with a potential 3rd one on the way and just a ton of burst damage and a couple tanks. This is fun stuff here. We're getting close to 100. I don't know if we're going to make my goal here, but we're going to try.
I'm not sure whether 200 is in it, but we do not know what the rest of this game does have in store. See whether they manage to do it. Fizz and Chips now trying to clear out these waves, and Dapper Hands haven't necessarily been the best.
No, he's missed a couple. Oh, never mind. Winwell not going to block the Maokai. Jumping out in onto that Yasuo. Fizz and Chips looking for the... Oh my goodness, that was a tornado and a half. Now Fizz going to dive in. Zony's popped there for Lulu, but here's Jinx off to the side. Maokai initiates once again. The Tongue of Waters almost hits on a Jinx, but Ye's in the backline. They've got to peel him off. He hit onto a Flame Choppers, and there's just so much damage coming through with the red team. Going to be able to clean out. There's the Fizz triple. He's trying to get well and truly out of the way. Fizz and Chips is the next target to get slowed by the Vel'Koz Q, and it's going to be 3 for 4 after the dust settles.
Yeah, and as it seems, if this Vel'Koz and Lux stay alive, they are so good at locking down these targets and just finishing them off one by one. So this blue side needs to make sure that they eliminate these guys off the face of this map. Lego Beach now trying to get some work done, but that was not quite the battle that I was expecting.
No, kind of a surprising amount of utility actually coming up from Vel'Koz and Lux. Definitely just have mostly a lot of burst, but the shield from Lux, the Q as well, and the slow of her E. Plus the fact that Vel'Koz has a slow and a knock-up that he can use pretty consistently. His Q especially is on a very short cooldown. So they're doing a good job kiting around these fights and buying space for their melee carries to get in. It's really weird, this composition. You would probably never see this on Summoner's Rift, but 6v6 Twisted Tree Line, you can play double melee carry and get away with it.
Yeah, I very much like it, and it's only going to get more and more relevant, of course. Master Yi and Yasuo, as you've said, scale ridiculously well. Again, we've got Vile more smacking the tree in the head.
And Jinx going to come in. This will be a very, very quick buff. And again,
this is so backward, if you think about it, because, of course, Spider's supposed to be pretty small and Tree is supposed to be pretty big.
Well, we'll see. Oh, you can't actually secure it. The smite should come through. It does. Final spike, not quite going to seal, but Master Yi going to take their lives instead. There's 1 kill. He might actually get the triple here. No, gets stunned up. Ziggs will satchel charge out of the way. Can he go for the triple? Going to go through. Fizz trying to assassinate him, but he meditates up. There's the Vel'Koz ultimate popped in there as well. Fizz does get a good ult there onto Lux, but he's dove straight in. Playful Tricks is out. Jazz is still trying to chase him. Lulu as well going to try and slow him up. Pops the polymorph there, and no other kills. Yi, though, he could smell the hexa kill.
Yeah, that was a fantastic aggressive play there by Yi. Noted the fact that he didn't have smite, didn't want to go for the steal, instead just straight away got rid of Jinx away from that fight. So not as much consistent damage, meaning that he could just find kill after kill. And it was beautifully done. Of course, now back to base has so many items. This is a 4-item Master Yi.
Yeah, they've got to be careful. It's actually really, really difficult for them to peel off Master Yi once he jumps on top of Jinx. So her positioning either has to be good just to peel for herself, as Face the Joker is going to come in onto Dragon's Mind. The rest of the red team will rotate up, but we'll stay safe for now.
Yeah. Now, Lucent Singularity starting to do a fair bit of damage here as Light Binding goes a little bit wide. Infinite Sushi does have a lot of Chum the Waters available. Of course, his name would tell you that one. That is going to be the ultimate coming through. The upper end landing. Fizz and Chips doing a lot of work. Final Spark. This is the kind of corridor that you do not want to fight this team in. That's going to be the shutdown onto Fizz. And now the tree in amongst everything. As we can see up here, though, Master Yi just wrecking people's faces. That's the Alpha Strike going to come through. Super Mega not really going to hit you, Rocket. Did come past.
And this year, 16, 6, and 12. The double-double now achieved for this Master Yi. We're closing in on 100 kills. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, red side's starting to look really good, but there is no gold gap. Of course, that Vile more money is really helping out. Russell is going to be able to pick up this altar, a little bit of a sneaky one, but might have to give up this inhibitor turret for it. Of course, being the only member alive is going to make it really difficult. This inhibitor might die as well. Of course, Master Yi and Yasuo, so much damage from those guys. Of course, Yasuo wasn't there. He was in the death chamber. It's not going to be doing much damage from there, but Master Yi has a fair bit himself.
Jinx going to clear out these waves very quickly. 3 items, 3.5 actually done for this Jinx, plus the Fury enchantment on those boots. So doing quite a bit of damage. Those rockets, of course, when they crit, just do so much work. So Jinx can definitely clear out these minion waves and can do plenty of damage in this team fight. But again, it's so hard to peel the red team off your carry for the blue side. They're basically very all-in champions. We've got slightly better utility on the mages over on the red side. So pretty much when Yi goes in, he must die immediately, and they've got to dodge a bunch of skill shots from 2 APs as well.
Yeah, that really, really is true. And I think the thing that I think they need to do, the red side, is they have to be fighting in these corridors. We've seen Blue manage to get these fights back if it's in the open areas like in these lanes. So if they manage to get them transitioning through this jungle and get the Disintegration Ray and Final Spark onto multiple members, that is when they can really capitalize. And Master Yi, the janitor, can just come in and clean up after that.
Yeah, Yasuo getting in there as well. Once he finishes his Infinity Edge equivalent with Lord Vaddam's Pillagers in there with the item as Juzza. Gonna bust in on the Hecarim, but does decide to back off instead. I mean, I do like the fact that the Flame Chompers plus the Minefield from Ziggs gives them a lot of good zone control in wider areas and in choke points as well, but can't really stop the Yi from just running at your carry.
That is true. Highlander is pretty good,
Cool,
but
man.
as we saw, Vel'Koz is actually going to fall down. It's a 5v6 now at this stage. Fish and Chips is quite low, but look at this tree. Very, very tanky. Wiggles Witch Cap. That is a lot of members hit by that Final Spark. We'll see whether much damage can come from it. Look at the Mega Inferno Bomb. Jinx now doing so much damage. Fantastic positioning as well, but here comes Master Yi.
You've got to kill this Yi as well.
Look at the damage.
That's
Not
3.
quite enough here. Look at the crit. That was stupid, but they do finish off the Yi, and now we have Riven coming in. Kokoro needs to land the next Light Binding.
Actually, it was a little bit distracted there. Does miss. Good stun there from Riven. Here's the follow-up as well. Plenty of range left while the ultimate is available. Blade of the Exile helping out so much there for Riven, and Face the Joker's going to clean up Lux. I think actually, if Lux was paying a little bit more attention, there was a light binding right next to Jinx that she walked through that if he just detonated it, would have killed her.
Oh,
but too busy trying not to die to Riven.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'd be pretty scared if I had that Riven. Lots of items now built up by them. That is both of the lifesteal items as well, which is just so scary to deal with because she gets so much health back, and that shield is just so effective, keeping her alive.
Yeah, Sanguine plus the Ravenous Hydra here for Riven. We talk about Bloodthirster Hydra a lot as a Riven build on SR. No Bloodthirster here on Treeline, so happy to see Riven basically approximate a pretty standard aggressive Riven build here on the map. And again, very scary for everyone. Even as melee carries have to be worried about Riven's damage. She can blow you up very, very quickly. So for me, it's really about Lulu and Hecarim kind of coordinating their initiation, helping Yasuo get in, and then enough Vel'Koz and Lux buying enough space for both melee carries to get in and kill the key targets. For the blue side, though, I think it's just either hope someone makes a mistake or use your Maokai to sponge all the damage. He actually did so much work in that team fight, giving Jinx all the room she needed to do damage.
Yeah, and I think Ziggs has to be a little bit conscious of where Jinx is as well. Make sure that that minefield is there so that maybe these members can't collapse on top of her too much, and you can utilize that range in order to stay back, stay healthy, and just auto-attack these guys to death. Of course, those rockets really, really handy, having so much extra range.
You can see all his inventory is getting very, very full. The gold pretty much dead even.
In fact, is.
There you go.
Wait, no, only 100? 200. Okay, our blue side definitely creeping ahead.
We're almost at 100 kills as well. We've got a bit more time in this game. No one's really been able to find a way to break through and actually win. The base has been busted open. As Spider-Bro does bring everyone in. Vial now going to go. He's going to take so much damage here. He's going to try and steal, but he's got nowhere to be.
Yeah, Mega Inferno Bomb is going to land on a lot of members. Look at Yasuo taking so much damage. There's the Onslaught of Shadows coming through, and this is one of the times when they have to use their ultimates. Beautiful positioning, and this is a whitewash. Triple kill now for the Wild Growth Master Yi. Quadra, the kills. He killed people too quickly for people to really understand who was dead.
Yeah, 6 for 1 the trade there. Big news there for the red team as they wipe the blue team off the Twisted Tree. And they might actually just go in and win the game here. We could have the end of our final Hexa-Kill game here. It looks like we will. That Nexus Charge going down, and this Nexus is just not going to last against this team. Well done. The red squad pick up the final win for the community games.
Yeah, congratulations, our red team. Beautifully executed play. And that Master Yi was giving me nightmares. I mean, I see him in my rank games, considering my ranking a lot, and Oh gosh, I remember.
And just a really cool team comp. You would never see double melee carry in a normal 5v5 game. It's just, it's too awkward. But 6 champions, small map, yeah, we got time.
Damn right. There's just enough people to kill as well. You can just reset around this map, get them alpha strikes happening. But I've been Max Atlas Anderson. This has been my lovely friend Julian Pastry Time Car. We have had so much fun at Armageddon this weekend in New Zealand, and my gosh, I'll miss you guys, but we're going to need to rest all of our voices. We're going to hand you back to our wonderful MCs.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. That was an amazing game. Did everyone have fun? That was so close. So close. Big shout out for the red team.
So unfortunately, another loss on this side. Did you enjoy the game at least?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome. And you guys had fun as well?
Yeah, man. It was mean.